Why it's important to have a strong SLP community. How to establish a support group. Do you have a solid medical SLP community you can lean on? What about your patients? Do they have support groups or other systems in place to help them continue on their journey? While these aren't the nitty-gritty clinical skills grad school teaches us, discovering or developing communities and support systems is a crucial step towards fulfillment and success. Let's talk about it. I'm Theresa Richard. I've been a medical speech pathologist for 15 years. I'm a board-certified specialist in swallowing and swallowing disorders. I'm the founder and CEO of the MedSLP Collective and MedSLP Education. You don't have to do it alone. In fact, you're not expected to. One thing I wish I learned earlier in my career is that there are so many other SLPs ready and willing to help you. Our field is still so very premature, and there are so many conditions, assessments, treatment protocols that it's nearly impossible to know every single one of them. But our patients are sort of relying on it. My career fulfillment and confidence really took off once I found a community of other like-minded SLPs who were non-judgmental and really just wanted to help me help my patients for the betterment of this field. When I first started my fees business, I'd had some training under my belt and some good mentors to assist me. But the dialogue was mostly one-sided. Like I would send a picture of an excrescence, ask for help describing it. That of course is totally helpful. But then I found a really solid core group of friends who didn't just answer my questions, but helped move the conversation forward and continue to challenge me. We started asking each other clinical questions, and it evolved into, oh yeah, I had a patient with that too. They had to be sent out right away for ENT to remove it because it was starting to impede the airway. Having these high-level conversations with not only mentors who had seen these things before, but were willing to trade stories of what to do next, how to prepare the patient and family, really improved my practice significantly. Your patients deserve a strong community as well. Since so many conditions that we treat are not very well known, it's important for us to get our patients involved with support groups if and only if that's important to your patient. For some patients, it may mean the difference in being successful or not. For others, it might be burdensome and just one more thing on their plate to handle and show up for. I was part of a laryngectomy support group at one time, and it still impacts me today how powerfully supportive this group was. Every time a new member would join, the tears were usually flowing, tears of joy actually, that they found a community of people who had gone through what they had gone through, surgically, physically, socially, and emotionally. There were even people in that group that had been there for 10 plus years. There were some snowbirds that were only there half of the year because they spent the other half in warmer climates, but they always came back to this group and this community. What was so powerful about this group was that it was led by SLPs, but the other members really truly did the teaching. They would help each other with their electrolarynx or where to go if they were having issues with a stoma. It was really beautiful to see this community rally around each other and support each other. I'll be posting other videos just like this that you won't want to miss, so make sure to hit that like or subscribe button or turn on the notification bell. Also, comment below and let me know what you would like to see in an SLP support group. Now, if there aren't any support groups in your area, check out the NFOSD, the National Foundation of Swallowing Disorders, or the Dysphagia Outreach Project. They both provide wonderful support for establishing one. If starting a support group is out of your wheelhouse, consider finding a virtual group for your patients. One of the most positive things to come from COVID has been the increase in virtual support groups. This might be a much better option for some of our patients with mobility or transportation issues, or some that just aren't comfortable being in a room and discussing these things yet. I recently recorded a podcast episode with two gentlemen who met in an online support group for dysphagia. It's a wonderful conversation that left everyone in tears, but the one man expressed how the other man helped him so immensely. He said he had never met anyone with the type of dysphagia that he had. Never knew anyone else that had trouble chewing or had to eat different food consistencies. It really demonstrated how powerful our field is if the right type of support is provided. Need a supportive community to help you problem solve some of your toughest cases? Head over to the MedSLPcollective.com/enroll, where we have a robust and vibrant community of SLPs and mentors to support you and your patients.